jump around and shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So the Thunder five right now. Durant the three and Ibaka the four. Roberson is up there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Adams in at the five, roaming the paint. There's the pass to Montezumas. Here's Harden. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That's an efficient start for them offensively, working it inside for the easy 2 points.
And Clark, that's what you like to duplicate time and time again for the rest of the game.
Here's Ariza. One up, one down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
You look back in the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big three, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those three was able to finish the season.
It's Harden with the drive. Westbrook pushes to Ibaka. And the powerful one-handed slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
Durant for three. Oklahoma City on D. Here's Harden. And foul call as he misses. He'll go to the line.
Shots, gentlemen.
Serge Ibaka picks one up there. The Rockets shooting their first free throw for the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Outside for Durant. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Oklahoma City on D. Trailing by 2. Harden kicks to Howard. Montezumas passes to Ariza. Here's Harden. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
Left side Durant. Out to Ibaka. Offensive rebound. Westbrook drives in. Here's Adams. And that one is hammered home.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on the play.
Now here's Beverly. Just 5 to shoot. Monty Eunice misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Waiters dishes tomorrow. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Here's Godlock. Shakes him. It's hauled in by Collison. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going to teams.
Yeah, how about a 13-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Morrow kicks to Kansas. He dishes it to Morrow. A 3-ball. Beasley with the steal. Shot by McDaniels, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And now Brewer.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game. Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Payne kicks to Waiters. Right wing. Here's Morrow. And he drops in the way up off the glass. Morrow's got 6 points.
Really crisp, intelligent passing.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Thunder out in front. Leading by just 2. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
They seem to be a step slower, and that's one reason why they've been able to own the rebounding edge.
Well, the anticipation's been better. As the ball hits the rim, it's gone right to them. Solid job of them chasing it down and anticipating.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Last year, the Thunder were in a playoff battle all season, Clark. Their road record of 16-24, a big part of...
Well, when you're dealing with the Thunder had last year, it's impossible to be your best, and grinding out road wins is that much tougher.
Howard in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Hay kicks to Morrow. On the clock. And Waiters with the bucket on the assist by Morrow.
You know, the Thunder had road trouble right out of the gate last season, guys. Only had one road win in their first 9 road games. They also had 4 different instances of 4 or more game road losing streaks last season.
The Thunder shooting has been terrific. 54% of the game. Kane passes to Cameron. A 3-ball. Collison dishes to Waiters. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
He just basically walked out of bounds.
Mariunas is checked in for Houston. Dishes it to Howard. And he drops it in from the low post.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
And sent back by Howard. Durant with the steal. Westbrook. Outside for Durant. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And it's Houston on the break. Harden can't hit.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused a miss.
Here's Beverly. The Thunder making the shot. Kicks it out to Ariza. It's up a 3. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Outside Durant. And so he draws the foul on the shot. And trip to the line to shoot 2. That one is on Ariza. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
Andrew Godlock, who's checked in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Westbrook. Great D that time from Howard.
That's what we call good defense in the paint. Work its weight in goal.
It absolutely is, and maybe even more than that. I mean, you saw it right there. Without his presence, that's an easy basket.
Oklahoma City's gone 0-2 from deep into the second. Westbrook drives in and stolen by Howard. Here's Harden, and he banks in there. Harden's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
And really a nice 1-2 punch there, guys. Great defensive play and great basket in transition.
Aggressive play, attacking basketball, on the attack, full throttle. I love it.
Durant for 3. Good. Durant's got 7.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
2 shots, gentlemen.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of shooting in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division, and as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Cabela's checked in, and it's Beasley in for Mariunas. Just 5 on the clock. And Waiters kicks to Cancer. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And that's how it's done. Find that hole in the D and then go hard to the right.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, I think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
From deep Harden. The Thunder pull it in.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game. He always knows where his teammates are going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. And there's the whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. There's 14 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Morrow's got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Thunder lead by 5. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Probably downtown. I ain't playing. Yeah, I was a good wide open dropper. He keep him in the game.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
And the approach of that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the teeth of the defense. To score.
And mostly he's been getting to the line, guys. I mean, he has the free throw total to show for it, as well as the bumps and bruises.
Sports, more action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants, and in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points are coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Andre Robertson. And it's Durant in at the small forward. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Following the score by Oklahoma City. Here's Westbrook. On the wing. Another shot.
Get the rebound, Nick.
Steal. Westbrook against Harden. Odianis is bringing Westbrook. Down low. Stolen by Durant. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Stolen by Harden. Jumps up. Now heads on to finish the break. Pull down with finish.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And the elevation, Kevin, on the finish.
And great, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Ibaka, the pass to Adams. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Here's Ariza. And Durant sends it back.
The hell?
Nice shot selection there. I guess he's working on his buzzer beater form.
That's a reach, but perhaps that is the case. Or maybe he was trying to knock a bird off of the scoreboard.
You're about right.
I see no birds on it.
No.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones a long time without a basket.
Yeah.
We know Oklahoma City has the stars, the big names, the offensive flair. But, you know, Greg, this team, and you appreciate this, is a very tough defensive group.
Yeah, I think they're mature in that area. In the past, that wasn't always true. But last year, Wakanda really hard on their defense. Top 10.
I need to kill him. I need to kill y'all.
Rockets trailed by 11. Here's Ariza. And he finishes nicely on the way. Ariza's got 6.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
And that one is good by Beasley.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and you can see right there why he does.
Cantor's shot is off.
Well, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points on assist. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Plenty of space. Another shot. And stolen by Howard. To the paint. McDaniels gets to Becker. The 3, Beasley. That one goes. Count. And now just a 2-point Thunder lead. And look at how the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys. More than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Capella's checked in, and it's Brewer in for Trevor Ariza. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Now here's Beasley. He's got 5. And Beverly kicks to Capella. Houston moving the ball around. Shot by McDaniels.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Gets trailed by 5. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one. Both shots good from the strike. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Payne dishes to Waiters. Over to the left wing. To the inside. Brewer with the steal. Here's McDaniels. And welcome back as we get rolling once more. The fourth quarter right ahead in what's been a very well-contested game. Here's Westbrook. Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Beasley out there with Hodges. And it's Capella in the pivot. And it's the foul for Houston right now.
And that's how you want to use your fouls, not allowing him to get to the rim.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good play. I mean, you stop the sure thing, slam dunk with that foul. And I think you send a bit of a message, too, about your physicality and force in the basket area.
And Beverly kicks to Harden. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the field.
James Harden.
And he gets the
You
bucket.
ain't checking your man, nigga.
And the Thunder lead by 5.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
Pass to a back. In the corner, it's Westbrook. 6 to shoot. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
And the Rockets were able to make it to the second spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually, came down to the last game. They could have ended as low as 6th going into the final games.
Last season for the Rockets, they finished as the number 2 team in the West to the Golden State Warriors. But you know, gee, they had to battle the whole way through.
Yeah, in part because of injuries. I mean, the Rockets did well to come in second in the West, but it was because they took care of the so-called easy games. 33 wins in the conference, but a record of 12 and 16 against the other playoff teams out West.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for them. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
And Clark, those free throws need to continue if they're going to get back in this game.
No good. Great D that time from Howard. It's Harden with the drive. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Thunder.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off.
Well, they've also really been down in with their jump shot. I mean, they have not missed much from mid-range today.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan said to the team. And with the game still very much in play, he sounded very confident, telling the players, don't let up. This is where we make our move. Right now, go take it. Kevin?
All right, Doris. And the Thunder making a switch here. Waiters is checked in. Inside. To a bucket. Good on the triple. Rockets trailed by 5. Beverly the pass to Howard. Ariza goes in. Poked loose. It's stolen by Adams. Up the floor. Ibaka. This is to Durant. And Waiters kicks to Durant. And that one's good. Now it's a 7-point Thunder lead.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual ability.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've left up.
It's Harden with the drive. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Maximum force on that dunk.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Just over 2.5 minutes to play now here in the final quarter of regulation.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Harden on deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. James Harden.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple, but let's see now, though, if he can get one.
It's going to be damn, what the fuck is doing? On the shot.
Way to play and attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
He doesn't get the second one. He gets trailed by 5. He feeds it to Montelis. Back to Harden. Westbrook with the steal.
That very well may put the finishing touch on this one. Not at all the time to get sloppy with the basketball.
And how about the killer instinct on that possession? Not running the front, but pushing the ball.
Damn.
Onto the rim.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebounds.
That defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there for it.
Second chance shot. And Westbrook lays it in. And now it's a
Pull it away from me,
Thunder
baby.
lead.
We got
He
momentum.
got a great read of where that miss was going. And that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live it.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
Pass up to Durant. 5 to shoot. Shot is off. And Houston the other way. Poked away. Ariza gets to Montezumas. Harden inside the three-point line. Harden missing again.
The defense there got away with a
Pull it
major
away.
collapse.
And Durant, here we go. Out to the wing. 4-3, Westbrook. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. And the Thunder lead by 12. Here's Harden. Shot to stop the run.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch. And I think it's made the difference in the game. I mean, they've actually done a great job on the board.
Good on the second free throw. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Yeah, foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there.
Which he clearly wasn't on that play. Or maybe he was thinking just about something other than basketball.
Well, speaking of thinking, back home, guys, we call that a good old-fashioned brain freeze.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.